Prohibition. By Brian Anderson, Jacob Chen, Alex Ham, Ryan Potter, and Brittany Newman.
Many factors led to prohibition. One main factor was that people were starting to realize the harmful effects that it can have on your body. Also, many employees started to not perform their job properly because they were intoxicated, and a lot of people didn't want to support the German bar owners because they didn't want their money to go back to Germany and build back up their economy.
Another factor that caused prohibition was politics. Many politicians promised that they would pass prohibition. They did this in order to get votes from more people. Also, many women's groups were created because men were getting drunk and coming home and getting in heated arguments with their families. World War I was also a leading factor in prohibition, because the government tried to convince people to drink less, so that the grain used to make the alcohol could go to the soldiers overseas.
Finally, employers had to deal with a lot of alcohol-related problems at the workplace, and more pro-prohibition groups were finding connections between alcohol and child abuse and domestic violence. Before prohibition, the American population consumed, on average, 7.1 gallons of alcohol per person.
There were three major prohibition laws. The 18th Amendment, enacted in 1919, prohibited the manufacture, sale, transport, import or export of alcoholic beverages. The Volstead Act specified what alcohol was and how the federal government was to go about enforcing the 18th Amendment. Finally, the last important law of the Prohibition time period was the 21st Amendment. Passed by Congress in 1933, 14 years after the 18th Amendment, it undid the 18th Amendment, therefore legalizing alcohol again.
Many things happened because the government outlawed alcohol. In the 1920s, there was a 30% drop in alcohol consumption. Despite this impressive drop, illegal manufacturing and consumption still occurred throughout the decade, mostly in speakeasies, which were illegal saloons.
Another major thing that happened because of prohibition was a large increase in organized crime. A major participant in the organized crime was Al Capone. He made approximately $60 million from bootleg alcohol and speakeasies that he owned. Many major gangs rose, and it caused a lot of competition between gangs.
As a group, we feel like it was more of the government trying to shape morality. They were not worried about the economic issues that prohibition brought and more about the morals of the country and its people. They tried to regulate the alcohol consumption, knowing that it did cause the behavior of people to change, but did not bring into account the issues that this brought to the alcohol manufacturing companies and farmers that raised crops for the manufacturing of alcohol.